welcome to another Wraggy's beer video. So, after the jubilation of yesterday, and it was, and the weekend, to be fair, was amazing. It's funny how life bounces you back down to earth. So this little fella behind me, he's nearly 16, and he struggles with his back legs now to walk. He's like walking, he's tilting to one side. He's still eating, still wags his tail. Can't control his bladder nowadays, and lost his. Seems to be blind in one eye, and going blind in the other eye. Deaf. Um, yeah, he's really a shadow of the poor little fella that we love. And oof, bless him. Yeah, wife went up early this morning upstairs to look for him, and he'd done a mess on my son's bed. Cleaned it up. We're living through it at the moment with him, and his family. Dogs are family, and he's been with us longer than your youngest son has. And I can remember having him on the front garden. It fit in my hand. He was that small. Um, but there's that realization that there's a day's got to come, that it's not fair. Um, you know, it's not fair. But there's a balance in there. Um, if he's still eating, if he's still wagging his tail, yeah, he might struggle to do some things. He's still a good dog. And what do you do? Um, I mean, you hear of people putting dogs down when they get to this stage because it's not nice for the dog. And, we've got a terrible decision to make, and a bloody heartbreaking decision. I mean, he's sitting there now, and he's shaking away, and, he's a shadow of the dog he was. But you see him at night, he goes to sleep on my son's bed, and he's up there, his head's on the pillow, and it's like having a kid, you know. And that is the elder statesman there. I mean, bloody hell. If dog years, is it 7 years to every year? So literally, yeah, he's nearly 112 years old in that respect, I suppose. So August is his birthday. And it's upsetting the wife a lot because when he messes and that, and obviously, luckily, we've got laminate floors downstairs and we haven't got carpet. So you can soon mop it up and that, and but it is tough. And I was at work today, and things going through your mind, and wife's going to phone the vets tomorrow, get a video of him, phone the vets, and ask the vets, what do we do? Is it cruel to let him suffer? I mean, let's be fair. You see people, elderly people, that are a shadow of themselves. And do you let them, as an elderly person, I wouldn't want somebody wiping my arse, pissing myself, shitting myself, and all that. And I wouldn't be that. I wouldn't want to be that burden on my family. I'd want to go on my own terms. And so yeah, there he is. Bless him. But yeah, It's tough. Sometimes it's a killer working on your own because I think it's an anxiety thing or I don't know, stress or something. I'm at bloody work thinking about it, going to the vets and putting him to sleep and fucking walking around work absolutely boring. Good thing nobody's there. No, certainly in the area where I am. Um, but you can't see them struggle. Wife's looked on the internet and it's something to do with nerves and losing the feeling and all that. And it starts with the back legs, it goes to the front, and I suppose it's really old age, isn't it? And there he is now. He's even shaking now, little fella. The thing is, with Charlie, he's always loved the garden. So me coming home and sitting out here with him, even if it's he's not far away. Oh, just lately, obviously, it's been getting worse and worse. I mean, he really is struggling and to hold himself. I do like the smell of piss in the house, but what can you do? Animal, you pets are pets, aren't they? Oof. So, kind of gutted today that the city council, and this would be a city council thing, that they held the Nottingham Forest celebration at the market at the council house at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. What's that about? A lot of people go to work that would have wanted to be down there, and they wanted to make it more family friendly. Oh yeah, that's great. You know, I mean, yeah, I could go into town now, to be fair, and there'd still be a lot of people around, but you missed the big moment. So kind of gutted about that. I ended up watching it on my phone while I'm at work on my break. Put the phone on and it flashed up, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this?" And there you are, and it's like turnout was amazing though, so that was good. Um, there you are, my little man. The one good thing with social media videos these days is you can always look back, you know, on him. So whenever that day comes, and I can see it coming pretty soon, to be fair, because there's no way we can let him suffer. But I don't want to be an heartless bastard and, you know, put him to sleep for no reason. We had the same situation. It was 20 years ago now with Max, bearded collie that we had. We had him for flipping heck, 14, 15 years. And it got to the end where he wasn't eating, he stunk. You could smell death on him. And took him to work that day and went to take him to the vets. I couldn't go in the room. And you know, he'd been ill for weeks, and it's like he knew. He wouldn't walk, he wouldn't do anything. You know he was properly on his way. And yeah, you knew he was properly on his way. Um, that morning, took him to the vets, you know, for the inevitable sleep. He's wagging his tail, and it's like he knew. He knew that that was the moment. And still fucking breaks my heart to this day. But when that moment happens, he's coming home, and I should dig the lawn up, um, and bury him in the lawn, and so he's always in his favourite spot. So, absolutely love this little fella. Oh, the old Wraggy's triple IPA. Need a triple IPA at the moment. So yeah, what a change from yesterday, you know. And the poor bogger this morning, when the wife went upstairs, he'd fell down the side of the bed, and she didn't even know he was there. Don't know how long he was there. Obviously pissed while he was down there, and he's obviously like anybody. You get to a certain age, you can't do things. So he's stressed to high heaven. It's a bit like his dad, really, because I'm stressed to high heaven, obviously. Oh, in some ways, I'd rather, you know, if he's not in pain, keep him going, and just put up with the inevitable consequences of him not being able to go to the toilet properly. But yeah, whew, it's all fun, isn't it? I, life can be so flipping tough, so tough. In any case, so you know, we all have pets, don't we? Well, for those of us who do have pets, um, it's like losing a member of your family, you know. And for some people, a pet, if they haven't got a partner, a pet's their life. So yeah, there he is. I mean, to be fair, he's still a nosy bleeder. Even walking around in the house a minute ago, he's walking around. He's like, "What are you doing, Mum? What are you doing, Dad?" And you open the front door, he fucking darts for that front door. Proper nutter. But yeah, Charlie, Cocker Spaniel. Here he is. He's a good lad. He's proper at ease when he's with me, sat in the garden. Bless him. So, apologies for the slightly down tone video, but yeah, there's a side to all of us, isn't there? Yeah, and yeah, and in some ways, I think it's important that people see that the toughest of people can also be the most sensitive of people, and yeah, and that sounds lovely. So, cheers all. I'm gonna drink the rest of this glass, and I'm just chill out in the sun with my dog and enjoy a few strokes. I think. Cheers all.